flow state.
Oh, it'd be nice to unmute yourself to start the broadcast. We're back here at the Pierce Sports Center here in San Bernardino. Match 3 of the day, match 13 of the weekend. And well, we got 2 teams, one playing for their playoff lives, the other looking for a little positioning as the Dallas Tornadoes take on the OC Stunners. Tornadoes were 0-6 to start the year. Nick, they have won 2 in a row to keep themselves very much still alive heading into this match here with the OC Stunners, 4-4 on the year.
Yeah, they were a team that many were almost considering out of contention after the 0-6 start. But now after taking down the Las Vegas Ramblers and then taking down the Matadors yesterday, they are stirring the pot quite a bit. And now the Matadors and Tornadoes find themselves in a situation similar to the Untouchables and Blaze, where this is going to really come down to some tight scoring. But the most important thing, Dallas Tornadoes must come out with a win right now.
Absolutely. Obviously, the Tornadoes could get some help here. Point-wise, actually, no, they cannot because they are I'm looking at the standings right now. They have 7 points,
right,
and the Matadors sit with 9. So the Tornadoes, as you just led to, do have to win. If they win and the Matadors lose, or if the Tornadoes win in 5, if the Tornadoes win in 3 and the Matadors only win in 5, then the Tornadoes would have the tiebreaker. They'd have 1.
You start going down the list. Basically right now, if you're a Tornadoes fan, win in 3 or 4. Let's make it that simple. It starts getting into a litany of variety of options.
Jair Santiago has been so just dominant on the right side. He's going to swing there with Randy Ramirez getting the nod at setter. And really a loaded offense that has the ability to excite. And again, for the Tornadoes, as you said, School Tice Libero, Aaron King's going to be in the middle with Chike Oporum. Oporum has been sneaky good this entire weekend. Sean Smith on the right side. Michael Quiones, Felix Chapman. Chapman's put up some of the biggest numbers in the league, Nick. And then Steven Roschitz.
And now as you see a quick back set,
wow,
that's a huge swing.
For Santiago to start things off that way, Nick. Anybody who had any narcolepsy will be awake now.
Certainly the case. I was having to turn off a little bit switch from the play-by-play to color. There it is.
Whoop, there it is. Jair Santiago throwing some sprinkles in the air there. 1-0 Stunners on top. And there's Oporum getting his number called, but he misses wide.
Michael Quinones there, able to get dialed in pretty quick, looking for his middles. A little bit of a misconnect, but still love to see that his primary option is to go after the middle.
So Ramirez to serve here for the Stunners. 2-0 they lead. That's run down. And Chapman's going to have to send it over. Dallas is going to have to kind of get themselves together. They have not looked good for the first now 3 points. Easy put away for Corey Chavers.
Just those jitters, a little bit of communication early on. That's going to be a critical part of their game. Luckily, this team is quite pin-centric, so even if the passing is not where they need it early on, they're able to rely on Chapman, Roschitz, and Smith here, see if they can get something going.
3-0, Stunners leading early. Chapman gets stuffed back. That is covered by Quiones. They go back to Santiago. Oh, and he gets stuffed. Smith and Oporum combine.
And while we don't say Opurum's name a ton for a big offensive representation, his blocking is a critical part of the success of the Dallas Tornadoes. Huge block right there, getting all the way out. Sean Smith, love to see that. And the Tornadoes breathe a sigh of relief. Down now just by 2.
They go to the back row, and the first miss of the match, Joey Jarvis.
Called for a back row attack there while he finished the point. Cannot step over that line if you're attacking from the back row, so point again to the Tornadoes.
Eisenberg handles it in the middle quickly to Beamer.
Beamer coming off a hot season in Denmark, where he played professionally overseas and was voted the most valuable middle throughout the league. And what's crazy is he's not always even in the starting lineup for the middles here behind Amato and West. So speaks to how much talent the Stunners have in that middle blocker position.
An abundance of riches in the middle spot for the Stunners. Maybe the best all-around middles in the NVA. You're going to see Chapman's going to have to roll it deep. Oh, having to come over to slide to pick that one up is Chavers. And then you put it in the middle for Chapman, and he's going to bury it in the earth.
That's one of those cheeky plays. Sometimes you try to catch the setter with your free ball going short, but Chapman was very ready for that play, defending Quinones, his setter. Thunderous swing to bring that ball down quickly. Nice swing by Chapman. 4-3. Tornadoes down by just 1.
So Chapman to serve here. And we'll see what damage he could do. There's some potential damage. Ramirez is just gonna have to put in the middle and have his team set over the reset. They try to push it over on 2, and Eisenberg cannot get there as he slides across the center line. Jonas gets the kill.
And like that, answered back nicely. The Tornadoes 4-4.
And we thank those of you watching this match across the country and around the globe as Chapman will serve it away. Off the tape, Eisenberg with the pass. In the middle, punished by Beamer, his second.
There's that offensive prowess I was talking about, the guy that knows how to play at a very high level. If you ever get the chance to watch professional leagues at different countries, it's always interesting to observe how differently the game is played. But Beamer learning a lot overseas after playing collegiately at UCSD as a Triton, making his name known now in the NVA.
King touched at the net, chance for the Stunners to run something, and that is just Jarvis all the way. So 6-4 Stunners on top. As we look at the standings, the Stunners, well, if they're 5-4, but they cannot catch Freedom in the standings. Even with a win today, they would both finish 5-4 overall. But Freedom has 16 points. The most the Stunners can pick up here is 3. Smith will serve. That's coming this way. Ramirez still gets a set off, and Santiago with the power tip. Second chance for the Stunners. Jarvis, Smith is there. Chapman out of the back row. Reach out and stuff someone. It's a combo mark as we see both Gear and Jarvis team up.
Joey Jarvis from Canada played with the Stunners last November in Utah. Was a big pickup of the team there and an integral part to being an emotional leader here. And now you see him alongside a former Nittany Lion, Kevin Gear.
As they talk, I don't know what they were looking at. Does Quinones come up a little lame on that last play? I'm not sure.
No, I think Roshit's got a bit of a smack in the eye there.
Well, you get poked in the eye in the fighting world. You get 5 minutes to be able to see again, but our guys are even tougher. They only need 8 seconds. That's be poked over. Chapman is there for the cover. Swinging away is Roshitz. Here's Santiago trying to run it down. What a leap. You see how far Jair Santiago leapt to be able to put some power behind a set that was not really in his wheelhouse?
I mean, Chavers led him there and let his guy get after it. Jair Santiago continues just working out on his form, his technique, working out as a guy, continuing to slim down. He's coming in at 6'10". He is a behemoth of a man that puts a lot of power behind the swing. So when you get Chavers laying him up with an aggressive bump set like that, he gets after it and really utilizes his size.
Out of Corozal, Puerto Rico. It's going to go over on 1. Gear gets blocked as he tried to put it back. Here's Santiago swinging away too deep.
Nice turn there. I believe that was King, if I'm not mistaken, number 11. Yeah, that was Aaron King turning on the overpass, stopping Kevin Gear from finishing that point off. Critical moment there, and now he's going to go back to serve.
King, Eisenberg's ready for it. They go back to Gear. but dug up in the back row. Here's Oporum. Somebody was into the net, and it was Oporum. So the point goes over to the Stunners, who lead 9-6. As we mentioned, Dallas 2 wins on the weekend to improve to 2-6 on the year, as they were able to upset the Ramblers on Friday 3-1, and then they really blew out the Matadors in the final 2 sets yesterday, won 3-0.
Jarvis out of middle back, huge pickup, and a kill into the corner by Chavers. Anytime you see a middle back defender making plays around the 10-foot line, that is an incredible feat, because their responsibility is to track down the deep part of the court. So blowing past Eisenberg, Santiago, and the off blockers, they're great work by Jarvis to extend this rally.
I do want to say the Stunners are playing some of their best volleyball right now. They've won 2 in a row and 4 of their last 5. This weekend they beat the Untouchables in 4 sets, and they held on in the maximum number of points yesterday to beat the Blaze 3-2, 15-13. So they've won 4 of their last 5 after an 0-3 start that was really influenced by a very injury-laden lineup, and that will add some insult to injury, as dropping in the ace is Quinones.
Quinones going down the line, attacking Corey Chavers in serve receive right now. That's more or less a 2-man serve receive. They want to let Chavers swing. With a guy with that much offensive power, it's super important to the Stunners right now, but Eisenberg takes first ball.
They're going to have Chavers swing, and he puts it away cross court, his 3rd kill, and that's a luxury to have somebody of Eisenberg's passing ability back there. Does such a good job getting a quality first touch.
It really is, and the swings of Corey Chavers, they're really inimitable. I mean, he is untouchable. He's unlike anything you're going to see in most USA pro volleyball. He's played professionally in Italy, A1. Great talent and a huge boon to the Stunners lineup.
As Roshitz puts away the kill, and still a 2-point deficit, but the Tornadoes are absolutely sticking around here against a team that is playing its best volleyball as they head to the postseason. I'll tell you what, if you're going to start playing well, this, just like the Tyrants, this is the time of year to put it together.
It really
in the
is.
middle, oh God, Shane Beamer with the big swing.
3 for 3. The big man is absolutely delivering offensively right now.
They got Amato and West on the bench. They're doing this with 2 huge guns on the bench. Their middle's just so good. They go to Chapman, difficult to contain himself. Eisenberg, the platform pass to Chavers, and this time Quinones was waiting for it. Roshitz puts it back in the play, and Smith will send it over. Chance here in transition. They go outside. Chavers finds a much more useful spot. 4 kills. Ramirez, your server. On the right side. And that's put away by Felix Chapman.
Schulteis starting that rally off with a nice pass right there, and that's exactly what the Tornadoes need. They're still in this one, down by just 3.
And just a reminder, this is the 3rd of 5 matches today. Our 4th match will be the LA Blaze against the Southern Exposure in their amazing fluorescent uniforms. And then our nightcap, it's a good one if you're a Vegas fan, because they have a chance to put themselves in valuable position to close out the season. Vegas Ramblers against the home court Ontario Matadors. Stick with us for more volleyball after the conclusion of this one. So after the point going to OC Stunners, Chavers serves away. His team up by 4, and he gets the ace. That's left short by Chavers. So here is Felix Chapman out of Des Moines, Iowa, 6'8". Big serve. They go outside. Jarvis down the line, and that will send us to our tactical timeout with the Stunners leading 16-11. We'll be back for more.
As a quick recap about where we're at here, OC Stunners are third place in the National Conference. No ifs, ands, or buts. Already locked in that Team Freedom and Southern Exposure will be above them. They cannot climb beyond that limit. On the side of the Dallas Tornadoes, this is a must-win. They have to win this match to overtake the Matadors based on a point. It's a 9-to-7 point ratio. There is no way that they make it out with any loss here. So a win must be achieved, and even then, the cards must fall just right. So if you're a Dallas Tornadoes fan, cheer extra hard for your boys in gray and purple. This is it.
And if you're a Tornadoes fan and they win this match, cheer extra hard for my partner Nick England and his Las Vegas Ramblers when they take on the Ontario Matadors later. And make sure that the Matadors don't get a point out of it. In 5 sets, Santiago gets blocked by King and Roshitz. They'll try again, back set, and Jarvis, too long. Sean Smith will serve. In the middle, big swing by Gear. And you get to see Kevin Gear in the kill column for the first time. Kevin Gear played at Penn State University from 2015 through 2018, had 580 career points there, 423 kills, and probably the most impressive stat line he had, 247 career blocks. So he is certainly a player capable of doing damage on the court. And Santiago sends that one too long. Back to serve will be Aaron King, the Louisville, Kentucky native, 6'8". Goes after Eisenberg. They go right side, Santiago, and not able to swat it back in was Quiones, or correction, Luna. So that is a kill for Santiago. He continues to swing so hard. Jarvis going down the line, the ace on Roshitz.
Jarvis is one of those guys that hits a variety of serves. He has floats, he has a hybrid, he's got a jump serve, and right there catches Roshitz down the line.
And that's going to result in a timeout as the Dallas Tornadoes going to look for some sandbags to stop this flooding that's coming through, because the OC Stunners have so many different ways to beat you, Nick.
They seriously do, and we've seen Shane Beamer firing on all cylinders already, but you're seeing the constant pressure from the outsides of Jarvis, Chavers, And all that is just nothing compared to the huge arm of Jair Santiago on the right. All of this made feeling infinitely worse by the fact that Eisenberg is back there wearing white. And anytime you might squeak it past that front row, that man is there ready to pick it up, coming off of a 6th season overseas in Israel, just ready to get back into it. He was in the U.S. for all of about a week, met the team in Atlantic City for the first time, played with them, packed his bags 3 days later, came out to the West Coast, and is now training with the team for the remainder of the season.
It's amazing to me that the Stunners have lost 4 times because they have so much to look, so many weapons just to call upon. They're so much fun to watch.
Well, the team that lost 3 of those 4 is barely recognizably even here at this point, so that'll explain a little bit of that loss.
That is fair, and obviously that is the big part of managing your roster and making some personnel decisions throughout the year, and that will continue to evolve as the league does. And the serve here will be Michael Quiones. They're going to back set here for Santiago, slots it through. Santiago now with 3 kills, I believe 3 and 4 swings, so he's been extremely efficient. And we see Shane Beamer return.
Very late, but returns all the same.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish, and you finish on the court.
They're going to move to the left side. Rochitte's unable to find any hands there, and that's going to go point the way of the Stunners. We're here in the late part of set number 1, 21-15, 6-point lead for the Stunners.
He's Nick England, I'm Ira Thor, and Matt Prosser will be along for the ride at some point with some sideline insights as Chapman swings away. Chavers, that's going to come over on 1. Check, second chance here for the Tornadoes, and Chapman able to tool the block.
Chapman has been the offensive answer here. A lot of load expected to be picked up by him. We heard from him yesterday as a player of the match against the Ontario Matadors. He scored over 20 points. See if he's able to keep it going right now.
What about in our last match? Just a tremendous effort by Jake Langlois for Utah. Over 30 points he scored on his own. That's more than a set he won by himself. As that's going to be tipped back by Chapman. Stunners, they go back to Santiago, but it'll be a double.
A little bit of a tight call, but, you know, justifiably a double.
Don't see that too often, but experienced officiating crew knows what they're looking for. Dave Carson in the stand. Dennis Franciscini's on the floor with Justin Baker and Elvin Otley calling lines. And call that one as Beamer blasted down. So Randy Ramirez, 6'3" setter, will drop back to serve. Stunners, one of 3 California squads in the NBA. And getting to play not too far from home here in San Bernardino. We're at the Pierce Sports Center.
Serving substitution in on the side of the Dallas Tornadoes,
Which is where we will be on July 10th and 11th. When the NBA Cup is decided.
Javier Guerrero into serve. That's number 12.
Good pass by Chavers. They're going to go right side, right back to Chavers, and he finds a good line on the back.
Using the high hands there of number 18, Luna, trickles it into that deep seam between left back and middle back. Nice point there for Chavers. And we're now at 23-18.
So Chavers 2 away from taking the first set. He's already been able to land an ace. What else does he have? That's going to come over on 1. Eisenberg, back set, Jarvis. Covered by King. And then Luna swings away and gets triple whammied. Santiago, Beamer, and also Jarvis in there for the block. And this is set
quite the
point.
formidable wall. Yeah, set point number 1, 24-18.
Great Wall of OC, 24-18.
The lesser heard about wall, second only to the Great Wall of China.
And that's too long. And I remember the first time I saw the Stunners play live was 2 weeks ago in Atlantic City. The first match, I think they had 12 blocks through 2 sets. And they haven't slowed down since.
Certainly have not. I mean, they've got some of the best talent in the U.S. on this roster.
And that will do it here as Joey Jarvis lands his 3rd kill of the set. And the Stunners victorious 25-19 as they take game number 1. We'll be back in a moment, get you set up for game number 2 live here in San Bernardino.
Hey, my name is Travis, and I'm the founder of Arste. Last year, we launched the Medic, which is a state-of-the-art percussive massager. It works by providing rapid, targeted pulses into your muscles, which relieves tension and increases blood flow. It is a great tool for athletes looking to get an edge in their training or in competition, but it's also great for everyday people who suffer from common issues such as stiff neck, lower back pain, and sore feet. What sets our device apart from others? For one, it's how insanely quiet it is. Second is the extended length handle, which allows you to more easily reach your back. And third, the swivel head, which allows for better ergonomics. We also include 6 different head attachments and a travel case with your purchase. We are so excited to have you try the Medic. We know you're gonna love it. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram or Facebook at any time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.
Hi, I'm Casey Adams, President of Visible Supply Chain Management. E-commerce growth has exploded since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that creates unique shipping challenges for e-commerce companies.
First, we have a strong team of professionals with immense supply chain knowledge. This team builds solutions and strategies to help mitigate any challenges clients are facing. Second, we have fulfillment centers across the country, which gives us the flexibility to adapt and scale rapidly to customers' changing needs. Third, our clients have access to a wide range of shipping options through our network of trusted partners. And finally, our expanded portfolio of service offerings enables us to manage customers' supply chains on a global scale.
There are many solutions and strategies that can help you overcome holiday shipping challenges, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
Meet Tom. Tom is the shipping manager for an e-commerce company specializing in unique, high-end home furnishings. Because these aren't your typical everyday pieces, Tom's often biting his nails every time a shipment leaves the warehouse. His discerning customers will notice every ding, dent, or scratch, which is why Tom trusts one company, RPM Expedite's dedicated network. RPM specializes in hard-to-handle freight that needs a reliable, damage-free shipping approach. RPM boasts 99.3% damage-free delivery. RPM also makes it easy for Tom to customize his shipments with pricing options, and for transparency and peace of mind, Tom can access RPM's online portal for booking, tracing, and tracking shipments. And of course, if he ever has questions or needs assistance, Tom can always access RPM's round-the-clock customer service. Call RPM Expedite today for your customized, hard-to-handle shipping solution, or visit us online at www.rpmexpediteusa.com.
Ira Thornton, Nick England back here at the Pure Sports Center. And we're taking a look at the stats, and we were taking a look as we were getting set for this set. And the numbers are substantially in the favor of the Stunners. 17 kills, just 5 for the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes are negative points earned at this point. And from what you see, I don't see a way out of this hole if you're the Tornadoes unless you turn this around quickly.
No, I mean, it's got to come from, you can't look at the kills and say that you're going to solve the problem there. It starts with passing. And right now, the Stunners are hitting good serves. They're being aggressive. But you have to answer this with good serve receive. We've got to see the outsides. We've got to see Luna. You've got to see Roshitz. You've got to see Schulteis. Anchor it up, come together. And once that passing is, cleaned up a bit, now you can talk about the offense. And right now, the issue is just there's a lot of sloppy play. They're not running the offense that they want at all. So pressure's on them. And they need to start answering back with a couple of tough serves of their own. See if they can get the Stunners out of system, off kilter just a little bit. But you know, it's all about what they're able to pull out of their magic little hat there and see if they can get something to work.
Well, the Tornadoes, fighting for their lives, can't be hitting 23%, and that's what they are at right now. Meanwhile, for the Stunners, keep feeding Shane Beamer. 4 kills and 4 swings. Corey Chavers has got 3 kills. Actually, I take that back. He's got 5 kills. 5 kills and 6 swings, and 3 more from Jarvis. Santiago's provided 4. Just so many different choices they can go to. And
there certainly are. We see a good pass right there from Schulteis taking care of that first ball. Felix Chapman gets an in-system set, finishes it at the corner, swinging across court, zone 1.
Need to get Chapman more involved. That's his 4th winner here, and the Tornadoes see if they get a better start to game number 2 as we are underway here in our 3rd match of the afternoon. Serving here for the Stunners will be Chavers. Better pass by Luna. They go back to Chapman, and why not? When Chapman's on, ball's not coming back. Chapman serving, Eisenberg is there. They go in the middle to Beamer, and he gets the touch he needed. Shane Beamer, 5 for 5. So Beamer will drop back to serve, the UC San Diego product, 6'6" out of Burbank, Cali. They go outside, Luna swinging away, and he's going to get the kill, his first. So Luna's only been set 2 times, finally puts the ball away to help the Tornado cause as they lead 3-2. As they check on the next server, it'll likely be Carlos Luna who's dropping back.
Up 3-2 right now, 1-point lead. The Tornadoes off to a better start, starting with good passing. See if they're able to keep that rolling right now.
In the middle, Gear finds the court. So Jair Santiago, big man. What does he have in store? Yeah, 3-3 contest. Tough serve for Roshitz to handle. He's going to get the set and put it away.
Big serve there, but this is all the special recipe. The Tornadoes shore up that passing, and we've seen that from Luna. Luna been one of the 0-2 options for this team. Passing well here. When he's passing well, it gets this team a bit activated and gives them a chance to start feeding their big hitters in Chapman and Roshitz.
Over on 1, poked back by King. They go to Santiago, too much.
And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. King's got to be cleaner on that. He's got to be ready for that. He was admittedly quite surprised when that ball was coming back and he was deflecting it back, but there's better options, ways to find that point. So gets a lucky break on that swing going long by Santiago.
Porum serves. They go back to Gear. Gear drops it in. Gear, who started his career as a student at University of Kansas before he transferred to Graceland University. And that's too long by Jarvis. Jarvis was our man of the match. I think that was on Friday.
Yep.
We spoke to him.
Chavers was the man of the match yesterday in their win over the Blazing 5. Didn't get a chance to hear from him, but I think a lot of his play on the court spoke for itself.
And on the line, perfectly placed by Quinones, his second ace.
Yeah, and I think that was the second time he's aced Chavers down the line. If I'm not mistaken, Quinones he's clearly been targeting Chavers, but got him down the line there. Chavers they've rotated him out of serve receive, trying to get him to just pass, with Jarvis and Eisenberg taking the brunt of the serve receive responsibilities.
Goes after Eisenberg that time. Santiago slips it through. It's tough to contain that. Even if Santiago's not hitting exactly where he wants to, there's just so much power generated by that 6'10" frame.
I can tell you, as someone that I still play against him in the gym every week when we're training, he actually hurts your hand. If you're not set right, he makes it hurt to play the sport against him. He hits with such authority.
Well, that won't hurt, but it is effective. Aaron King puts it away, and that will send Steven Roschitz back to serve. Out of Kansas City, Kansas. And he leaves it short.
Well, it was that one looked pretty good, just barely missing its mark. But if you are at home and a big fan of the sport, fan of what we're doing here with the NBA, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. It's all been a growing process here, but we are committed to making sure that the USA pro volleyball scene is one that is developed and well taken care of, because there's far too much talent here in the U.S. not to have a great pro league.
And Santiago leaves a dent in the floor, his 6th kill. So the lead is 1 for Dallas. Trying to stave off elimination. And that's going to fall in. An ace for Randy Ramirez. 3rd ace issued by the Stunners.
Targeting the hands there of Luna, able to get some solid reward. Serves in after a couple errors early on from the Stunners. Ramirez able to start a little bit of momentum, tying 8-8.
Jonas runs it down. Luna's going to power tip that one. Waiting for it was Chavers. They go back to Chavers, and Chavers puts it away. Big swing.
Schulteis gets a touch, but not able to find a dig. That was an impressively large angle approach there from Chavers, going to hammer that ball home.
Ramirez now with his team up by 1 serving. They go back to Chapman, and he takes a little bit off of that one and drops it right in front of Joey Jarvis.
We're certainly seeing a bit of a better showing coming into the second set, shaking off some of the rust from the Dallas Tornadoes, and while there's still plenty to clean up, they're certainly showing signs of life here. You like to see that active arm there from Felix Chapman, tied up at 9-9.
So here's Aaron King. Eisenberg, the Sacred Heart University native, with the pass. Chapman off the court, able to save it, but Roschitz couldn't get a swing in.
Good track down there from Chapman. Into this formidable LED wall in front of us. It's gotten several players this weekend.
It's beautiful LED. Just don't want to dive over it. That's poked deep by Oporum. In the middle, and Oporum shuts down Beamer, who all he could do is smile.
We said it earlier, Oporum struggles to find some of his offensive swings, but he certainly doesn't find a way to be heard blocking. Second block of the match right there. Nice move by him.
Big block to tie it at 10. Chapman, Eisenberg's ready for it. They go to Jarvis, rolls it into a useful spot. 4 kills for Joey Jarvis. And we'll see here if Shane Beamer's able to extend this. Nope. That's 11 all.
Shane Beamer started out hot, cooled down a little bit here after getting blocked in a missed serve. but going to be replaced by Kevin Gear. See if Gear can get something going back in the middle for the Stunners.
So Luna to serve deep, hands up for Jarvis, and he sticks it through the hands of Kionis and Oporum. Joey Jarvis picks up kill number 5. So here's Jair Santiago, 12-11. Big measured toss, and he hits the line. Quick fault on Santiago.
Right now, the Stunners are being plagued by a variety of misserved errors by my count. They've got at least 4 misserves so far in set number 2. 4 of 12 is certainly a difficult spot to be in. Missed 7 in the first set alone, so see if they are able to shore that one up a bit.
Jarvis, that one's blocked back. Ramirez wants a turn, sent it too long. So here's Oporum, trying to build upon a 1-point lead. Gear gets a touch with a kill.
Gear has incredible court vision. While you might look at the other middles of the Stunners and see some physical specimens, Gear's intelligence, IQ, and vision on the court is simply incredible. He's great about swinging around blocks, so while he might see less court time than some of the other middles, he is certainly a formidable one all the same.
And Gear is out of Rochester, New York, as that's put away by Kionis. And Rochester, New York, for those of you not familiar, has some really great club programs and some well-established collegiate programs, Nazareth and St. John Fisher and some other schools that are up there. Not a lot of players in the NVA have come out of that region, certainly an area that could use some growth in professional players, as Chavers just buries another one.
Ramirez with an incredible set, getting both hands on that ball tight to the net, does not go into the net himself, able to give a little layup set there to Chavers, who buries it home. Love to see a disciplined setting move like that.
And here's Gear to serve, goes deep. Chapman tries to roll it over the block of Chavers and Ramirez. I'm sorry, actually that was Beamer and Ramirez, and was able to do so. So Chapman, very wise decision, his 7th kill. And we'll see Roshitz to serve. And he clips the net, the ball goes wide.
Second serving error in a row for Roshitz. You know, it's a tough spot to be in. There's an expectation that he's got to really come out and hit that serve.
Tied at 15 all, Ramirez serving. They go to Chapman, who misses wide, and that will take us to our tactical timeout. 16-15, the Tornadoes in a match they need to win, lead it here in game 2.
And welcome back. Checking out the YouTube chat during that timeout. We see a question: do the Dallas Tornadoes have a chance to win? And they certainly do. It's definitely an uphill battle. The OC Stunners sitting in 3rd place right now in the National Conference. not represented by the fact that they are arguably one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league right now. So while it is certainly an uphill battle, there are a lot of pieces on the Dallas Tornadoes that are playing and firing on all cylinders. Obviously some things to shore up, see if they can correct, but right now they are down by only 1 point. One of the biggest strengths of the NBA is that every team from first to last across the board is more than capable of pushing any team deep into 4 or 5 sets and taking a win. So far, we've had 12 matches, and 7 of those 12 this weekend have already gone to 5 sets. So it is more likely than not that we go all the distance right now. So to answer that question directly, there's always a chance. Is it a tough uphill battle? It certainly is, but Dallas Tornadoes are up to the task on a 2-0 weekend. They've got a nice ride on some good energy so far.
That's more England Insights brought to you here on the NBA Cup. Event number 3, as that will fall in and the ball goes back to the Stunners leading 17-16. Correction, point goes to Dallas as they cut it to 17-16. The first point went to Santiago, who landed the kill coming out of the timeout. We appreciate the questions in the chat. If you have others, please drop them in. Slide into the chat as we will see King serving. Good serve, forces Chavers to go down low. Chavers swings away. Chavers destroys it. Corey Chavers, the former All-American at UC Santa Barbara, 2-time All-Big West honoree, is a National Player of the Week, playing for the Gauchos, one of the great nicknames in college sports. Roshitz with the good pass in the middle for Oporum. No tracking that one down.
Certainly not. And once again, Oporum, as far as I'm concerned from a management position, if Oporum's getting me block touches and being a defensive boon to my team, I'm happy. So anytime you see him getting offensively involved, that feels like a solid bit of icing on the cake. Love to see that kill right there from number 13. See if the Tornadoes can ride this. They're still only down by 1, hanging in there. And Chapman, big serve.
Ramirez goes outside to Jarvis, blocked back. Here's a chance for the Tornadoes. They go right side to Chapman. And off the fingertips wouldn't have mattered anyway as the Stunners are into the net. So
18 apiece.
Chapman with the kill. That is his 8th. He'll drop back to serve.
We're seeing that right now, Stunners are in control offensively, but right now some errors on missed serves, nets like that, just getting the better of them. So if they're not able to clean up the discipline, Tornado is going to continue climbing back into this match.
We go back to Jarvis. Reach out and stuff someone. Michael Quiones one-on-one.
And that's going to give them a 1-point lead. Dallas Tornadoes seeing if they can make something happen late here in the second.
There's a lot of Tornado fans watching this match. We can tell just by the commentary on the chat. And Chapman will serve with his team up 1 here in game number 2, down 1-0. And just misses. Good idea.
19 apiece. We're about to hit that fabled 2020 race to 5 potentially. Beamer missed his last serve. See if he can shore that one up and maybe mitigate some of those errors I was talking about for the side of the Stunners.
Shane Beamer plays his ball at UC San Diego. Here's Chapman missing. No, did he get it? I caught the line. And Darryl Adams, head coach for the Stunners. I think he disagrees with that. But the down official here, Dennis Franciscini, has a conversation. Let him know, hey, that my man over there, Elvin Otley, had a good view.
The big thing is when you're playing back row defense on the wing digger side, you want to put your foot on the line. That's where Beamer was, so he said that ball had to have been out. However, he kind of moved inside and opened that one up. But
wow,
now
Chavers, the thunder from the back row.
Answering in an unkind manner. Bangs that one in, one of the best back row attackers in the league.
So good. That's inimitable. Here's Santiago to serve. And another footfall. That's 2 in a row for Santiago, who can't believe it. We're right there watching with hawk eyes, our line judge. So 21-20. Dallas Tornadoes. And we will see Javier Guerrero into serve. Chavers with the pass. They're going to go back row. Chavers! He'll drop a bomb on you. Nine kills from Corey Chavers. None more destructive than that.
Tied at 21 apiece. They are trading blows right now.
Sent deep and just missing deep. Quiones.
We see a question from Julia Lacey right now in the YouTube chat. It says, how can I, a young female volleyball player, get more involved in the NBA? Well, the best thing about the NBA is it is a new league. We've been around for 3 seasons now. There are plenty of opportunities for fans to support their local teams. So make sure to check us out on Instagram at NBA USA. Support your local team, support the league, tune into the matches, and the league will continue to grow. It's going to be one of those things that we all look back in just a couple years and see how far the league has come, and you'll remember when you got involved early on. So really being a fan, supporting your local teams. If they have any shirts that you might like, great ways to get involved, or they're always posting local updates, whether it's what the team's got going on next, or potentially new player acquisitions, things like that. Every team has active Instagram pages, and you're always more than welcome and love to get involved with those.
Chavers tools the block as he gets involved in the offense some more. Chavers picks up kill number 10. As Kevin Gear will serve. They go to Chapman, cross court, oh, and he misses wide. And the point to the Stunners. And now it's set point. Set point for the Stunners, trying to take a 2-0 lead in the match. And really put Dallas's backs against the wall. Not a good first touch. Roshitz will swing away, and he misses long. And game number 2 also belongs to the Stunners, as they are victorious 25-22. And we will head to set number 3. Dallas has to win them all, or their playoff hopes are dashed. We'll be right back.
Flow state, the trailblazer, the closer, the do-it-all hero. All of us were born different. Some of us demand more than we were given. Some of us submerge ourselves in the wake, dive into the trenches, and fight with the ferocity of the rising storm. Some push themselves to attain more than those who came before. And those catalysts deserve and demand a form of fuel that will enable them to do so. Introducing Brain Fuel, a cerebral beverage. Be smarter, think faster, live beyond.
Focus. Good pass, put it down. Now come on. Closer. Good pass, put it down.
I'm training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it for many common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer, finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me, it'll work for you.
I'm Ira Thor, he's Nick England. Matt Proster's along for the ride as well, and hope you're enjoying this one at home. Obviously, if you're a Dallas Tornado fan, desperation time has arrived.
It certainly has. Got another great question during that technical timeout asking if there are any Indian volleyball players in the league. Currently, we don't have anyone. Maybe might have people of Indian descent, but no one that's been imported from the country of India. However, we boast a variety of international players. We've got Brazil, Cuba, Mexico, Canada, the U.S. I think I said Peru already, Trinidad, Puerto Rico. I'm getting redundant
Mexico.
that time. I said Mexico. Yeah, we've got 7 or 8 different countries currently represented, a variety from North America. So there's always opportunities. People are reaching out from all over the world to be involved with what's going on here. So not only are we growing opportunities for talent here in the U.S., but plenty of talent coming in from overseas as well. Volleyball, the 4th most watched sport in the world. So while the U.S. is maybe a little bit behind in that facet, the rest of the world is certainly not. We have tons of international fans, so we love seeing you tune in. But we're back in the action with Roches to serve.
Can't forget, we have announcers from New Jersey, we have announcers from California. We represent both coasts. I spent a week in Iowa before coming out here, so I got the heartland in my soul now too. So Roches, who is from the heartland, from Kansas City, Kansas, dropping back to serve, and the squad has the first point, the ball in his hands, trying to get something going for the Tornadoes. That one's going to sail off the court. Ramirez will save it. Chavers swings away, and he's able to slot it through. Splits the seam. 11 kills now for Corey Chavers, and it'll be Randy Ramirez who will serve. 6'3" setter will serve here. Stunner's looking for the sweep. And that's going to be a double. Actually, it's going to be a back row attacker as the official call from Dave Carson in the umpire chair. Ramirez down the line, but he misses wide. It'll be King to serve. Aaron King, 6'8", out of Louisville, Kentucky. Ramirez in the middle. On one, unable to get it done was Beamer. Second try, no. Here's a chance for the Tornadoes in transition. They go to Chapman. Eisenberg and Ramirez track it down, and then Santiago does bad things.
That was a huge, huge kill in transition. Love to see Randy Ramirez getting involved with that. Eisenberg always ready at the drop of a hat to get down and dirty. Finds a second great touch, giving Jair Santiago the opportunity to be the trash collector. And I got to say, business is good for Jair Santiago right now.
Has to be great for a team's confidence when you can get 2 great defensive touches to preserve a play and then get a result like Santiago just delivered. Corey Chavers, your server. Big serve, Chapman with the initial pass. They're going to go back to Chapman. Why not? That's going to fall in. Eisenberg slid out of nowhere and nearly got to it, but Chapman lands another winner. As Dallas hangs around, that is kill number 9 for Felix Chapman. 3-3 is our score. Chapman will serve. Chapman, big serve. Jarvis is there. They're going to have Jarvis tip it. Coming out of nowhere is Chapman. Here's Smith, dug up by Chavers. Here's Jarvis again with his back to the wall. Chapman with a little dink. And miscommunication there between Eisenberg and Chavers as to who should take the third touch, and a gift point for the Tornadoes.
Certainly a not ideal situation, to be frank, but that's one of those things that these teams, Stunners have to continue figuring out. And when you've got a variety of players coming from a variety of different backgrounds, sometimes they just haven't had a lot of court time. Like I said, Eisenberg been with the team for only 2 weeks now. That's where you've just got to shore up who's going to take that ball.
And that one is left a little short. Four is your score. And we'll see Shane Beamer serving. Smith off the block, run down by Jarvis. Here's Ramirez from the back row. Missing wide. Sean Smith will serve. That's left short. So Jair Santiago is going to drop back to serve. 5-5's our score. Santiago, the last 2 times, has been committing foot faults. We'll see if he makes an adaptation here.
He loves going down the line or swinging cross court into the deep angle. Those are his 2 go-tos.
And he goes deep corner there to Roshitz. The Porum with the swing. Back set. Didn't come out of the hands that clean, but they'll play on. In the middle, Gear. That is covered by the libero Schulteis. And then Chapman puts it away.
Yeah, good move by Schulteis. He's having a pretty solid match. I would love to keep challenging him, to keep cleaning things up, and it's one of those things that if you watch the liberos across the league, so many people, when they see, the responsibility of being a libero fall in their lap, they don't view it as glorious. But watch a guy like Eisenberg. There's just so many ways to be involved and be a leader on the court. Schulteis, just continue being aggressive, help your guys out, help them find ways to score points, and get Felix Chapman a bit of a spoon, let him feed himself.
And he's the only official libero on the roster, so he's playing some big-time minutes. That doesn't mean others can't play the position, but he's just so good, he owns it. That is left short by Jarvis. So dropping back to serve here will be Michael Quiones. 1-point lead for the Tornadoes. They're going to go back set. Santiago! Oh, drops the hammer.
Oh, man. It is incredible. Earlier we saw how aggressive he was off the bump set from Chavers, and you see that D-ball going right back. He is hitting that thing no less than 4 feet off the net. It is almost a front row swing. The big man delivering the thunder.
He jumps so far and brings just so much power behind that swing. Really nothing to do. Speaking about power, Chapman punishes it.
That swing is called going 4-4. Zone 4 on the court is your front left spot, and he attacked from front left to front left. Chavers playing great off-blocker defense, unable to get a scoop right there. Huge kill for number 20 Chapman, having to get a great game right now.
He's got 11 kills to lead the way. His team's still up by 1. at the net. They're going to go to Chavers. And into the net were the blockers, and Chavers gets credit for the kill.
This one's still staying close, just like we saw for the majority of the first part of the second set there. But after this one's over, we're going to have a great head-to-head match of Southern Exposure as they take on
the
LA Blaze.
Match they got to win, the LA Blaze.
Oh, Eisenberg runs Chavers into the ground right there. Both teams in pursuit. Even if the ball's outside the court, they can still bring it back as long as it stays outside the antenna.
And it'll be King to serve here. The Tornadoes up by 1 again. So the Stunners will regroup here. Everybody back on the right side of the net. Love seeing the guys go full out, not giving up on any play.
King to serve now with a 1-point lead.
Jarvis with the pass to go right side. Oh, put away. Corey Chavers destroys it.
What a huge swing. We are seeing Felix Chapman and Corey Chavers just go blow for blow right now.
Chavers, big serve. School Tice gets the touch. Gonna go to Chapman, who else? But he misses long. And that puts the ball in favor of the Stunners, 10-9. Chapman the swing, touch by Ramirez. And then Jarvis will send it over for the reset. Chance here for Chapman, and he finishes well.
Talked about it a little bit the other day. It's one of those interesting things as the sport continues to evolve. You see sometimes guys not having to get a big swing, but some of those almost redirect tips or jams, a little bit it could be described as a throw, but allows for those physical guys to redirect the ball quickly around the block. Chapman deploying that there and using it to great effect.
Stunners in transition. That's blocked back by Oporum. One more try for the Stunners. Right side. Santiago buries it in the earth.
Well, the shop of Hard Angle is wide open right now. Santiago-Chavers taking their opportunities, and they are going right into that cross court because there is no middle blocker there. It is just one-on-one opportunities.
So Shane Beamer, ball in his hands, 11-10 your score. Down the line. Schulteis off the ceiling. That allows, I don't know how Rochette still was able to swing at it, but he did. And then that is high fingers. Jair Santiago continues to collect kills.
12-10, 2-point lead now for the Stunners.
And that will result in a Tornado timeout as they will talk this one over. We'll take a brief break and be back for more. 12-10, Stunners on top. Beamer to serve as they lead 12-10. Right side, Chapman swinging away and tools the block. So with the lead now 1, and we'll see Sean Smith out of California Baptist University. And he misses short.
We're seeing the Stunners make some mistakes. Unfortunately, they're still scoring on offensive opportunities. The Dallas Tornadoes do not have the same luxury to make those mistakes. Down by 2 points right now. They're going to have to apply some more service pressure than they are right now.
So Santiago, big toss from the big man. Schulteis gets a piece of that one, enough to set up Roshitz for the kill. That'll make the fans down in Texas happy.
Yeah,
you Midwest as well.
You love to see it. Again, good pass. Schulteis in there battling with a big serve from Santiago, giving an opportunity to get a nice swing out of Roshitz there. And now we see Chico Purum subbed out for number 12, Javier Guerrero, going to come in as a serving substitution out of Austin Community College.
And that's too long. And the lead is 2, 14-12. And there's a wet spot on the court, and this time it was called by the officials and not by the players, so that's obviously not a stall tactic.
Yeah, we saw that earlier, deployed by Joe Norman with some shoes that required tying.
I really think we need a shoelace sponsor in the NBA.
Yeah, I mentioned at the time, you know, speaking of sponsors, so many of these teams sponsored, and if you know, it's one of those things, businesses have tons of opportunities to get involved, just like if you're, you know, you're at home, want to see the sport grow. These teams could always use those resources. We're back in the action.
Oh, Chavers again. And they come over to Santiago's efforts defensively.
I would say, though, while sponsors are helpful for all these teams, the most important thing is if you're just a fan at home, share the sport, share what's going on, grab a couple friends that may not have seen volleyball before, and show them how exciting it can be and what it's all about. Everything will always be on YouTube. Watch it live, watch it back later.
Blocked back, second chance here from the back row. Little roll shot from Chapman. Santiago again. Santiago is the best defensive player in the league, he thinks. And we will go to a break. It's 16-12 as we reach our technical timeout. Stunners on top.
The flow state, the trailblazer, the closer, the do-it-all hero. All of us were born different. Some of us demand more than we were given. Some of us submerge ourselves in the wake, dive into the trenches, and fight with the ferocity of the rising storm. Some push themselves to attain more than those who came before. And those catalysts deserve and demand a form of fuel that will enable them to do so. Introducing Brain Fuel, a cerebral beverage. Be smarter, think faster, live beyond.
Hey, my name is Travis, and I'm the founder of Arste. Last year, we launched the Medic, which is a state-of-the-art percussive massager. It works by providing rapid, targeted
We're
pulses
back here in
into your
San
muscles,
Bernardino.
which
Ira
release
Thor,
tension
Nick
and
England, Matt
increases blood
Prosser
flow.
alongside.
It is a great tool for athletes looking to get an
Stunners
edge
are trying
in
to
their
close this
training
out
or
in
in
3,
competition.
and that's
But it's also
going
great
to
for
help
everyday people.
as that one sails into the balcony.
Tyrants are hitting that wall right now that they've got to try to overcome, down 17-12. Daylight is starting to set over the mountains in Dallas right now.
Joey Jarvis drops this one in. King's waiting for it. They go to King, off the shoulder of Jarvis to keep it alive. And he's going to leap from the back row, but sends it too far. Good effort, though.
I think Joey Jarvis saw Steve Roshitz go for the high hands and miss it long, and he wanted to try that himself.
Jair Santiago wants another dig. He has more digs than any 6'10" player on the court right now. I think he's the only 6'10" player in the court right now.
Yeah.
As we'll see a substitution.
Antonio Anguizzola.
This is a new country we didn't say before.
Yep, Panama.
Added Chiriqui, Panama.
He is the, if I'm not mistaken, youngest player in the league, coming in at, I believe, just a young 20 years of age.
I remember 20. That's a good year. Michael Quinones down the line and wide.
Quinones has already had 2 aces, misses that one. The line has been his friend, and now we see Matt Hilling substituting in for Corey Chavers. Just a reminder for everyone in chat that might be asking, or everyone at home, every single one of our matches is live streamed on broadcast for completely free at no cost to you, so you're never going to miss any action. And in case you miss it live, don't worry, check out nvausa.com or go to YouTube, and all of the matches will be there for you to check out anytime. And in case that's not enough action, go to Instagram, where we have plenty of content getting pumped out every single day. Our team of content creators and social media wizards is growing regularly.
As they make a couple changes, one change they don't make is the power of Santiago. Put that on a shirt. He's killing it, and it's 19-14. Jair Santiago has 12 kills. And of course, we just had a change for the Stunners. They brought in number 18, Matt Hilling, who had a very good effort yesterday. Off the bench, the Huntington Beach, Cali native. Roshitz with a pass. Here's Chapman. Reach out and stuffs a one. Beamer puts it away. Hilling there for support as well. And the Stunners, they are 5 points away from sending the Tornadoes off into the sunset.
And we talk about the implications here. We revisit that. The OST Stunners on the precipice of a 3-set sweep that will be that'll lock them in. Like I said, they're already locked into 3rd place right now in the National Conference, behind Southern Exposure and Team Freedom. I think that is still a little bit up in the air as to who got 1st and 2nd there, based on how Southern Exposure does in their next match. 1 second, please. Sorry about that.
Thought I lost you there.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah. Dallas Tornadoes, however, if they are unable to find a win here, that will be the end of this season for them, as that will lock them into 5th and last place for the National Conference.
Well, they put themselves in a hole that's almost impossible to climb out of, and the fact that we're even having this conversation about even having a chance for the postseason is remarkable. 0-6 to start the year. Well, they picked up 2 big wins in the last couple days to make today's match meaningful, but right now it's all Stunners. As Ramirez serves away, Roshitz there for the pass. They're going to go to Sean Smith, and he's going to find a way through the big block of Beamer and Santiago. That is the first kill for Sean Smith. And Opurum back in, and we'll see King serving. Little off there. Ramirez finds Santiago on the opposite side, and that's coming our way because Santiago just drills it every time he swings, even when he has to stop and take a half bunny step back. Man, Nick, he's just so much fun to watch.
He certainly is, and you addressed it a little bit there, the little bunny hop. It is all about step closing. He got his feet there first, and the powerful swing is sure to follow. Great footwork by him.
Chapman, cross court, misses wide. And that is off the block. And it'll be Chapman serving here to try to sustain Dallas a little bit. It's not over yet. They have a big hill to try to overcome, 22-16, but we've seen some late set comebacks so far this weekend. Hilling, that's a little bit off the mark. Ramirez is there, and then Santiago. We missed wide this time. That's going to be the ruling. That's a big swing from Shane Beamer as the Stunners get closer to the finish line. (23-17). Shane Beamer, 5 kills, 2 blocks, and the Stunners are closing in on their 5th win of the year. Dug up by Hilling. Gonna go back to Beamer from the back row.
Beamer on a pick as the middle blocker out of back row. A little bit of miscommunication. Ramirez knew he wanted the big attack there, didn't realize who was on the route since Hilling was in left back. But Beamer did not miss a step and ready to go after that one.
And the Stunners a point away from their 3rd win of the weekend and their 5th win in their last 6 matches. 24-17. Shane Beamer getting the claps from the bench. And he misses long. Now in at libero is Jake Hurwitz. We haven't said his name yet, number 1. He comes in for Josh Eisenberg, who's had an awesome effort defensively today to lead a Stunner squad that has just been so good overall. We'll see a substitution for the Tornadoes as number 33, Jordan Canary, checks in. And he will set here to finish it off for Quiones. As Carlos Luna serves with 0 margin for error. Ramirez, here's Santiago, who closes the door, 25-18, and the Stunners improve to 5-4, and they end the Tornadoes season with a 2-7 mark as the OC Stunners 25-19, 25-22, 25-18, Santiago with 14 kills to help lead the way. So many different weapons were successful today. To me, though, as good as the offense was, I think the most valuable player, the most outstanding person on the court today was Josh Eisenberg, because his ability to just give a great first pass and set up the offense, it all starts there.
It really, it really does. And when you've got so many weapons and options, it's one of those things. It's hard to not be successful offensively, but it all starts with a pass. I don't care if you're a 14-year-old at home or 25 or 30 playing in the top leagues all around the world. If you can't pass the ball, you can't play the sport. So a big nod to Josh Eisenberg and his efforts there. But I also do want to say a big farewell to Dallas Tornadoes, a team that battled through a tough first 2 events at 0-6. They came out this weekend with a nigh impossible task of finishing and making it into that Final 4 to go on to event number 4. They came out, took down the Las Vegas Ramblers and potentially one of the largest upsets of the season. They came back, they took down the Matadors, and now they had another impossible task to take down the OC Stunners. But they delivered exciting volleyball all weekend long, a lot of promise from a brand new club added to the NBA this season. So it was great to see the purple and gray battle it out as a tough season there. But on the side of the
Adams
OC,
is dancing on the court. He just did a somersault off camera.
On the side of OC Stunners, though, a team that opened the season 0-3, uncharacteristically poor as a team that was number 2 in the league coming into the season. They've answered back. They've brought in the right pieces. They've added a couple big names, and they had a couple guys return from overseas. OC Stunners showcasing they are no one to be overlooked, and definitely got some talent to contend to be a top team here in the last bit of the season.
They're going to be a very tough bout, but our man of the match who will help lead the Stunners into the postseason will be Josh Eisenberg. The Long Beach, New York native stands by with Matt Prosser.
Thanks, Ira. Yeah, I'm here with the man of the match, Josh Eisenberg, libero for the OC Stunners. Josh, congratulations. Quick reading on that match from your point of view.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, we just talked about it last night after our game that we just had to come out and play really hard and respect the opponent. And we came out, made sure we got some other guys in, and just stuck as a team. It was really great.
So you started the season out 0-3. You've been with this team for a couple weeks now. Kind of how do you see yourself fitting in? And then we've got a month until the next event. Kind of what does that look like for you guys going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I just showed up to Atlantic City. I knew like 2 guys on the team, but honestly, it was like the most fun group of guys I've ever been a part of for all the teams I've ever been on. So it was really easy to mold together and play. And moving forward, we get some more time to practice, more time to actually get better as a team and work together. So I think we're going to make a nice run for the playoffs.
One more question for you. I've got some comments coming in from the world out there. Can you make a comment on your teammates' defensive capabilities, specifically Jair Santiago on defense?
I mean, honestly, like every single day I wake up and I just wish I could play defense like Jair Santiago. It's truly amazing to see him out there on the court. He's an inspiration to me and millions out there for volleyball, so it's tremendous to be his teammate.
You heard it here first. Man of the match, Josh Eisenberg, OC Stunners. Congratulations.
Well, there it is.
Wow.
An inspiration to millions indeed.
I mean, when your libero is inspired by your 6'10" right side being able to just get to balls that are, he's 6'10", that are basically 6'10" below his hands, that's just remarkable.
And the joke there, a little bit of knowledge, is Jair Santiago, not someone that is hailed for his defensive skills. However, to preach the benefits of being an OC Stunner, these guys have a lot of respect for each other. They work together, and they are growing their athletes, even at this point in their life. 25, 26, 28-year-olds that have been playing professionally overseas. They've got guys that have been a part of Team USA. And it takes a mutual level of respect to be able to grow their skills and not be complacent with where they're at. So Jair Santiago in the gym every week training, working on that stuff. And, a credit to him to be coachable, a credit to the rest of the guys to know how to work. And that's what it's all about. As this league is in its infancy and continues to grow, it requires athletes with the right mindset.
You can tell it's a very loose group. They poke a little bit of fun at each other, but they do it in a playful type way. At this level, you got to be able to pass, and that means everybody who's on the court has to be able to have ball control. And when you can get that out of your big guys and your little guys, that's a recipe for some success. The Stunners are going to be a very difficult out, and it'll be interesting to see who they eventually do get matched up once our final 2 matches here are complete and the playoff bracket is complete as well. We look at the rest of the schedule today for Sunday, June 13th. Next match will be the LA Blaze against the Red Hot Southern Exposure, and our final match of the weekend will conclude with the Las Vegas Ramblers against the Ontario Matadors. Until then, for Matt Prosser and my partner Nick England, I'm Ira Thor. Thanks for watching this action here of the NVA Cup's 3rd event of the season. Next match coming up. Stay with us and be well, everybody.